Yeah,
Hi Sanil, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good. Thank you so much, Sanil, for taking your time during this, crisis and coming out, for this interview. So I guess you are now in Hyderabad, right? Like you said.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, so
It's
you have
been three
started.
days.
For the last 3 days. Oh, great, great. So you started training.
Yeah, I've started my training. Morning, I go for indoor workout, like
Okay.
on court workout, and
Yeah.
evening I go for fitness and some small gym fitness.
Oh, good, good. At least you have started training. That's important. Yeah, yeah. Good, good, yeah, yeah.
Feeling good to be back on court after 5 months.
Oh my God, yeah. For you too, I mean, it's it's really difficult, right? I mean, you all guys are
Yeah.
always in the training or you're playing somewhere, and then all of a sudden you just get stuck inside the home.
Because
And
like this month, like from July, we have a active tournaments in India in international. Then we go for a league matches. So everything came for a halt for now.
true, true,
So it's very hard to be kept motivated. So some or the other way you have to be keep yourself motivated
true.
to work for a longer period of time.
So how do you keep yourself motivated during this time?
uh,
I think
during
it's
this
more a
five
mental thing,
I
right?
was
Yeah,
like, no, during this 5 months I was lucky that my wife is also a table tennis player.
yes, yes, yeah,
So we have a table at home, so we used to practice, so we were in touch.
yeah,
So that is one thing. And then we used to work out, we used to discuss about the game, like
right.
how we have, what else we have to improve in our game and
True, true,
everything.
true. Yeah,
Now, when we came here, we felt really good. Like we started training together with our coach,
yeah.
and we also have a coach now in this city. So
Okay.
we are very happy. And
Right.
we because October I have a German league first match on 24th October,
Oh,
but
okay.
I don't know whether I'll be able to go at that time because the normal international fights are not started yet.
Yeah, yeah. That's fair.
So
Well,
just
that's what the
hoping.
problem. Yeah. True, true, true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a very important thing that you said. I mean, Reet Risha, right? Your wife, she's
Yeah, yeah.
also a table tennis player and she's a
Yes.
good table tennis player as well. So it really helps, you know? I mean, to have a table tennis, of course, board at home. And then your wife, being a table tennis player. So I think that's really a bonus for you, right? I mean, especially
Yes.
during this time.
Really, really a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, true, true. Yeah, yeah. So, Sanil Shetty, you are, of course, one of the top table tennis players in the country today. In 2018 Commonwealth Games in Australia, you won the gold in men's team event, right? And then you also
Yes.
won bronze in men's doubles event with Harmit
Hmm.
Desai. And you also were the national champion in table tennis, a few years
Yes.
back. So, first of all, tell us how your journey in table tennis started, because I know that your brother is also is very much in
Yes.
table tennis, right? In fact, he
Yes.
also has been a coach with the Indian junior team. So is it part
Yes.
of the family DNA, table tennis, or how did it start?
Yeah, you can say that because even my
Yeah.
dad used to play.
Oh, okay.
He used to play for the bank, not at the higher level, but only for the bank sectors. So then my brother started, and but when initially I was not into sports, I was into studies. And
True.
one day when I was like sketching or something, I saw my brother getting a big trophy at home. So I got inspired by him, seeing that okay, even I want to get something really big like this. So then I told my brother, but that I had a heart problem when I was born. I had
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hole in my heart.
True, true. Yeah.
So my parents were scared, like I was not allowed to do any activities, like physical
Mm-hmm.
activities.
Okay.
So my brother convinced my parents, but before entering table tennis, for 1 year I was into athletics to gain my endurance and
Okay.
stamina
Okay.
and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Then I went to uh, the coach where my brother used to train. So this is how I've started table tennis.
Yeah.
This is the journey of my table tennis.
True, true, true. Yeah. No, like you said, I mean, at a very young age, you were diagnosed with the heart, with a hole in the heart, right? So obviously, you were out of any kind of physical activity for quite many years, right?
Yeah,
So I'm sure you had a lot of catching up to do, right, in terms of what you had already missed in those years, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So how did it? I mean, so obviously you had to
So
compensate a
I
lot. Or
think
how is like, or you,
I was I had got some talent with this game, and
yeah,
plus I was very hardworking at that because I used to give at least 8 to 9 hours on court.
Wow.
and plus 1 to 2 hours off court for fitness. So this went for many long years, like you can say for 8 9 years at the stretch.
Wow.
And
Okay.
even my coach, like he never used to go home. He always used to stay in the hall with me, working with me.
Wow. Okay.
That kept motivating me, and I never felt that I was ill when I was small. I was competing with all the senior player in my clubs that time, so I was feeling very happy at that moment of
True, true. I mean, 11 hours in all, 9 plus 2, right? Nine hours on table tennis
time.
table and 2 hours of fitness. That's really something
Like
like,
I used to
yeah.
start morning at 5 with fitness.
Wow.
Morning
Okay.
5 to I used to be there in the hall till 11. Then for lunch, I used to stay there. I used to sleep in the hall. Then again used to start at 2 till 8, 9, 10. Depends.
Yeah, yeah. Because seeing you all guys now, I'm motivated, getting up early in the morning at 5 o'clock nowadays. That itself is a big thing for me. For you starting at 5 o'clock and playing until 10 o'clock is like, okay, it's really something, okay. Right, right. So, I mean, down the years, of course, India have had some very good table tennis players, right? We have had Kamlesh Mehta from your own state
Yeah.
many years back. Then we also had Monalisa Bora, who is, of course, they're now married couples. Then we also had somebody like Nioti Shah. Then down the years, we also had a few very good players like Chetan Babu, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you see that we have got, I think the depth of Indian table tennis has never been like this before. I think this is the best time for Indian table tennis, right? I mean, we've got the
Yeah.
old war horse, Sharat Kamal. Then we've got somebody young and rising, Satyan, who's now almost a world-class player, I would say. Then in the women's front, we've got Manika Batra. Then we've got you, of course. Then we've got somebody like Anthony Amal Raj. So what is the reason behind this huge turnaround all of a sudden?
I think the main thing turn around was when Sharad Bhaiya started playing abroad. He started training
Okay.
abroad. You know,
Okay.
before that, nobody was expecting that they will enter top 100 or something. But he proved, he proved to be top 100, then he proved to be in top 50. So this kept motivating us, and it showed that even we can do it. So now, if you see, before only Sharat used to go in Europe and used to play leagues. Now, if you see, out of top 8, 7 will be going to Europe to play the leagues. So that's the difference. And even the women players started going and training in abroad, like in Europe, Germany, you can say is the best training center,
True,
because
true.
Sharadya, Harmeet, Amalbya, everybody trains in Germany. So,
Okay.
and now if you see, now Satyan and Sharadya have set the marking as top 30. So
Yeah, yeah.
everybody is like, if they can do it, even we have to do it, we have to keep that mark. So everybody is working very hard. And the
True.
main thing got changed in 2017 when the UTT started. That gave a lot of changes. Because as a player, we play Pro Tours, we play with few top players, and if we lose, we feel like we cannot beat them or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
You get these negative thoughts. But in
True.
this league, I started beating a player when before that I used to think, can I win against him, or it's not possible to win against this player. But in this first match, when I won against him, so I got the confidence. Yes, if I can win him, I can win many other players. So this how the system of table tennis in India changed. Everybody started feeling very confident about their game, and started proving themselves at the international level. If you take 2017, when the women player played UTT, I think hardly few games they won. Against, because they were very weak against compared to the foreign, not in terms of game
True.
but
Yeah, yeah.
mentally.
Yeah, yeah.
But in 2018, Manika proved that she was the best out of all the players, because she started beating all the foreign players. So that gave confidence to other Indian girls. And this year, 2019, Sutirtha was the best women player. So, and now she's in top 100.
True.
Because before 3 years she was not so confident with the game. She was losing every time. She was losing with the not so better player, but now she is beating world number 20. So you can see the changes. It's all because it's all depend on your confidence level.
True, true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a very valid point you said. I mean, the UTT, the Ultimate Table Tennis League that's got started, I think that really helped the Indian players a lot, right? Because you
Yeah.
yourself, you have beaten Aruna Quadri, I think twice, right?
Yeah,
Back to back? Yeah, 2 years.
yes.
I mean, that obviously would have given you a lot of confidence, and tomorrow when you actually play him in a circuit, I mean,
Yeah.
you are of course on the front foot, right? So I'm
Yeah,
sure
I'll
it
be
really
having
helps.
bit
Yeah,
of confidence, and
yeah,
you'll be at least bit nervous. Okay, I've lost to him in the UTD, or like 2 times I lost to him, because before winning against him, I saw him playing Rio Olympics. There he was beating Timo Ball, so I was
yeah, yeah.
thinking it's not possible to beat this guy. It's so strong. But when I
True,
won against him 2-0, it's possible, because
possible.
the game starts love all, and it's just
True,
11 points.
true. Yeah, yeah. Now, talking about since you brought about, the discussion about world table tennis, we have seen the Chinese domination for all this while, right?
Yeah.
I mean, down the years, it's been all China domination, right? Apart from, of course, North Korea, South Korea, they were there, but not as much as China. But in the middle, of course, we had Sweden also coming in, dominating it
Yeah.
for a brief period of time. That we had someone like a John of Wallner, the entire Sweden team during the time was really good. But again, now we are saying again the Chinese are dominating, the sport. So what do you think is the reason behind that? I mean, of course, things are going to change, and sometimes it's already changing. So what is the reason of China producing table tennis players year on year, month on month, so to say?
I think now, I think the foundation of that structure, like basics, is very strong compared to all other countries. Like, because they have a coach who has already been, so already when like as a beginner, when you start playing, they have a strong basics, to teach them. Because when I started, my coach was a national level or state level, so they can teach what they have learned, right? But if you're learning directly from an Olympic gold medal,
True, yeah.
Olympic medalist or something, because they are like, if you see the national coaches from the China, they have 4 Olympic medalists, and the best thing is that in old China, they follow the same pattern of training and everything.
Okay,
So because this is very important, because in India, if I am training in Hyderabad, my schedule and training pattern is different. If somebody is playing in Delhi, Kolkata, everybody has different base basics or action techniques. Everything is different. But in China, even basics, technique, everything is same to same. There is no changes. They are like typically robots. So I think
true, yeah,
part about them is the best part about them is that the basics and the technique is very strong compared to
yeah.
all others.
The foundation, yeah. True. Yeah, that's
So
very
because
well.
yeah, so
Please.
because what I learned now, they have already learned, I think, 5-6 years back. So that makes a
Okay.
lot of difference. But now, but there is also advantage for Indians now, because now Satyan started beating the youth Olympic champion Wang Chuchin, which
Yeah.
was never had seen before.
Never. Yeah.
So even
True.
because they had before Zhang Jike, Ma Long, Wang Gao, who were unbeaten, like nobody was able to match them. But now the young players who are coming from China, we are able to match them.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, that's a very valid point because, in fact, the same thing was told to me by a tennis coach also. Just like you said, that we Indians play everywhere. Somebody will be playing in Delhi, somebody in Bangalore, but unlike in India, there what they do is that they will have the base will be one, and everybody will be coming to that base and training under the same base. So obviously, you're competing with the top cream of the players at the same
Yeah,
level at the same time, right? That really helps, right?
right.
Now, talking about table tennis grip, right? You've got the pen hold grip, where you
Yeah.
hold the grip like a pen. Then you've got the normal shake hand, right? We see the Chinese mostly having the typical pen hold grip, right? So, what are the
Yeah.
pros and cons of both these grips? Because Indians, of course, we dominate. We are, we are mostly into the shake hand grip, right? And the Chinese, the South Koreans, also a bit of Japanese, they use the typical pen hold grip. What are the pros and cons of both this? Because China, as we know, we are dominating. So is it to do with the grip? Of course, I'm sure it's not. But I'm just going by the historical, thing that that's how.
No, because now if you see the players from China, you see only one or two players are pen holder. Rest
Okay.
eight will be second. It's
Mm-hmm.
because the change in the game, now game has become very fast, and
Okay.
the the disadvantage with the pen hold is like you need have a fast footwork, and you can have one side very strong, either forehand.
Default on the back end. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because backhand somehow you don't have anything to do. Yeah, but there are few players who have very good, like you can say Wonga was very good backhand with penhold. But now the game is so fast. Both like second players are playing so far. Like upcoming from, if you see from players from Japan or Korea, they are very fast. So it's very hard to sustain with penholder grip. So they are changing into second grip, and this is how, like, if you see in top 50 in the world, you see only two or three penholders.
Okay, so the game has really evolved, right? In fact, to slow down the game in 2020 Olympics, I think, I'm sorry, 2000 Olympics, I think they changed the size of the ball also. They made it, and then they also, just to reduce the speed of the game because it became so fast, Nowadays, of course, uh, players have come so fast, like you said, yeah. So now talking about table tennis, it's more of a hand-eye coordination game, right? You really need very strong reflex, so much of hand-eye coordination, the thinking process will be so fast, right? I mean, the
Yeah,
muscle movement, your mind and muscle movement have to be totally coordinated, right? Because you can actually shake hand with the other guy at the across the table. So, what kind of, I'm talking about specific, what kind of specific hand-eye coordination exercise you would be doing? Because it's so much a hand-eye coordination game, right? Reflex, so to say.
mhm.
Any
Like
specific?
basically, if you ask me, I generally play on court, like playing free.
Okay.
My partner will be blocking anywhere, and I have to react. So this is how I improve my eye and coordination, because it's very hard. You play fast, the ball comes fast to you, and you have to react, and you don't know where the ball will be coming. So this is the best exercise I feel to just get the eye and coordination better.
Okay, okay. And what kind of strength and conditioning you'll be doing? I mean, to endurance level, because table tennis is a totally different game, say compared to tennis, badminton. You require totally different kind of strength.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be totally different, right? So, what kind of strength and conditioning fitness regime that you'll have? Like, for example, you
So
have a fitness regime now for in the next
basically,
1 hour. So, to say,
like basically, we need to do for whole body, but main part for table tennis, which is required, it's your core, your hamstring, and your back muscles are very important, because for if you're playing for best of 7 sets, and you always need to be down, from your back, and you always have to be stay low. So this muscle should be very strong, and to generate power you always need this core muscle. If you don't have that muscle, even if you're very good build, you cannot generate power, so much power, because the power comes from your core. Because according to my game, I have a strong core, but I don't have strong muscles, but still I can generate lot of power from my strokes. So this what I feel, because I always work on my core. Even in this lockdown, I was working on my legs and my core, because these two are the important things which give you stability and plus power. But in generally, you should be working on all your body, but these three parts are the important thing for table tennis.
okay, the core, and of course, the back, like you said, because you always have to bend
And
and
lower back,
yeah, lower
yeah,
back, yeah,
because
yeah. True.
because if you see the injuries in table tennis is mostly on your knee, on your hamstring side, or your lower back. So you need to always be like, you have to keep that muscle very strong.
True, true, true. So now that, of course, table tennis is, so to say, the leagues and all are back, so to say. But you again don't know when you're going to play next because of, not because of leagues not happening, but when the flights are going to start and all this stuff.
Like,
So how do you mentally, because it's so much a mental game right now, because you have to stay in the moment, you just can't think too far ahead, right? For you, it's going to be a process, right? But how do you still mentally prepare yourself for what's going to happen tomorrow? Of course, it's going to
so
happen, but yeah,
yeah,
how do you
so
prepare?
basically, I'm not thinking like how I'll be playing in October. Basically, I've planned for long term. the next year or the next coming years how I'll be playing. So I'm planning for the next year. My preparation I've started for the next year, not for the next 2 months. Of course, I will be very happy if I get a chance to play on this 24th October because I've already started my training. I wanted to start this training because if suddenly everything is normal by the like to travel and everything, then I have to go, and it doesn't look good that I'm just going there and not giving my 100%.
Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah,
That's why it's better. I like for that I started my training on court, so that if they call me and everything is normal, if I go there I can give my 100%. But my plan is for next year how many pro tours I will be playing, because my best was 64 in the world ranking,
yeah.
and now I was 290 because of my shoulder injury. I had a shoulder injury last in 2008, 2009, 18, 2019, you can say. I so and but this year when I started I was 290, and two now I'm 254. So in the three tournaments I've gained 40 positions ahead.
Oh,
So I
good.
was
Yeah,
hoping to play a lot of tournament this year to be like to reach my best, but never mind. I've shifted my target to next year, but I am training hard to like not to play best in India. I am targeting to play at the world level. So automatically you play good in India, right? So
true.
yeah,
Yes, yes,
so
yeah.
I'm not feeling depressed or feeling negative. I'm always positive towards table tennis. So anything happens, it happened for good, I feel. So yeah, just I keep working hard every day and just focusing, analyzing my matches, how I played with this player and how I lost or how I won against him. That's it.
True, true. Yeah. So your shoulder is totally fine now.
Yeah, yeah. Every day I do strengthening of my shoulder,
Okay.
so there's no zero pain, nothing now. It's cured now.
Okay. Great, great, great. Yeah,
Still I keep doing it because I don't want again to
yeah.
be in that position.
True, true. Yeah, yeah. So, of course, uh, you're talking about the say short-term goal because, like you said, your first goal is to be, again coming back to your old ranking, say around 60. But what would be your long-term goal? Say, for example, say what is your ultimate? When you talk
Uh,
about goals, say what is your ultimate goal? Okay, this is
ultimate
what I
goal will
really.
be yeah, ultimate goal will be playing Olympics, because I started like when I won the sub junior national champion. From since that day I always wanted to play Olympics and to play a round which like no other Indian played in table tennis. So yeah, that will always be my ultimate goal. But the next, like if you say the short term goal will be Commonwealth Games in 2022. So working really hard for that. Let's see.
True, true. I mean, you already have done well in 2018 Commonwealth Games, so there is no reason why you will not do better. I mean, of course, you already won a gold in men's. You can't do better than do anything better than a gold.
But I
Yeah,
will try to change the bronze medal to gold or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah. Something that, yeah, in doubles you wanted the bronze, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
something that, yeah, of course. Yes. So whom do you actually look up to in table tennis? There are so many fine players that we have.
I think I look up to Sharad Bhaiya because he's the
Great.
legend for now. And he's 38 and still so fit. Like he always keep motivating. Like age doesn't matter, If you're fit, you can play along. So that's keep motivating me. I turned 31 on 16, 4 days back. So I still feel
Oh,
I have
belated
long way
happy
to go.
birthday.
Thank you.
Belated
Thank you.
happy birthdays. Yeah.
Thank you. So I still feel I have long way to go because I don't have any such major injuries. I'm still fit. I'm fast on court. So I think I can sustain long. So let's see. But
True, true,
if I admire someone, is Sharad Bhaiya, really.
true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, for example, in tennis, Indian players mature around 24, 25 years. That's what. what the general perception is. So in table tennis, for example, when does a player actually mature? Because it's a different sport. When you think a
Yeah.
player actually matures, I mean, it's not necessary that he has to mature 18 or 19 or 20 years, right?
No, no.
Because I think, yeah, it's more of a progression, I guess. So, yeah.
I think it's like you can say 27 to 32 or something like that, because I've seen many players who were nowhere at the age of 27, 20, 28, but at the age of 32, they are playing really very well for the country. That I think one player from Denmark, he played his first Olympics at the age of 42, I think.
Really? Wow.
Really.
Oh,
Ellen Benston. Yeah.
oh, okay. Wow.
So, and still now, I think, yeah, this is the average age. You can say 27 to 32, or yeah,
So now this is the time for you to peak, I guess. This
yeah,
is a good time for you. Yeah, great. Yeah. True. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you have always, taken pride in representing the country. You have won medals for us, of course. Individually, also, you have been doing well, on your own terms. So we all, look forward to again, table tennis and other sports are also opening up quickly, wherein we
yeah,
can see, players like you and all the other Indian guys also be on the
yeah,
court and play and represent the country, and of course, do us proud. And like you all always have been doing. And table tennis, I think this is really a sport where India is really, coming up. We can only get better, because
yeah. True.
thanks to players like you, because there's so many bunch of, I mean, so many players now who are coming at one go. Unlike other days, earlier years, we'll have say one or two guys here and there, but here now I'm talking the depth of table tennis. So I think this is the best time to be playing table tennis for the country, and players like you, inspiring our young players. I'm sure they all look up to you, to you all. So Sanil, all the best, because I know you also have to go for your training now, for your fitness training. So I won't keep you waiting for long, because after all, we all want you to do well in sport, that you have been
Thank
doing.
you.
Yeah. Thanks, Sanil. Thank you so much, not only for coming here, but also on an overall thing that you have been representing the country so well, and keep on doing like that. And we wish you all the best. And we are, of course, we'll always be praying for you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sanil. Thanks. Take care.
Thank
Stay safe.
you.